Hi, I'm Melanie Florence from Miss Melly's Flows Vibe Life, my new YouTube channel. I am going to do a full moon reading today for August 2020, which is an Aquarius full moon. So I am going to be doing readings with the Greenwood Tarot, which is a tarot I've been reading with like forever. So how I'm breaking these down are going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be putting them in elements. So the elements are going to be obviously air, fire, earth, and water. So when we're talking about these elements, I have a Capricorn like sun sign, which is the only earth I have in my charts. Other than that, I'm all fire and air, except for my north node, which is Scorpio. So your elements can be all different depending on what your charts actually do in the background. So I'm going to do it different, and elements are sort of about different things. So air is about intellect, air is about the mind, how we process things, study, how we communicate with people, and it's about, I guess, our nervous and our anxious tension as well, what we're thinking, how we go with those sort of things. So that's the reading I'm going to do today. The elements, I guess with the fire we're talking about passion and spirit, and with earth we're talking about the physical and the material plane, and when we're talking about water we're talking about our emotions and our emotional connections with people. So this reading today, I'm going to go through the air element for all the air element people out there. So when we're talking about air, we're talking spades and swords. In my deck, it's arrows. And again, we're talking about mind and intellect. So I'm going to turn this down to the table because I've set this up a couple of ways so that you can see me and you can see it. And I'm going to share with you the Greenwood. And yeah, for the element of air for August 2020 Aquarius full moon. Okay, food. Alright, I'm going to move it down in 1 second. We're going to keep shuffling. Alright. Let's see what we got going on. Ooh, I've made a mess. So this is the Greenwood Tarot. Takes you into the forest, the Celtic forest, Celtic. Never sure on that one. And so takes you back to old wisdom, old past things. So we're going to take the first line of 5 cards down, and the first line of 5 cards are going to be for what's led up to now, what's brought you to this point, what's brought us to here. In our intellectual pursuits, in our air beings, air elements. Alright, one more. I'm going to do a proper shuffle, just for the funds. Jumping out already. And one more, because 3's the deal. Got to stop crossing my legs or I'm going to get varicose veins. Alright, so there's a reason the Queen said cross at your ankles. So, what has brought you up to now, air signs? I'm just going to put them on the table and I'll bring them up to you. We're not going to do reverses. This deck doesn't do reverse. So, I have a whole heap of other decks. I am going to intermingle them into my readings, but for now, I'm actually just going to stick with the Greenwood, plain and simple. Alright, so what has brought you up to now, air element? Right, is, what have we got? So this is the 5 of stones. This is about endurance. This is physical endurance. This is weathering the storm. This is like, you can see that. He's like, literally, he's safe. He's watching it all. He's watching it all going on, all that lightning energy going on around him. And he's weathering the storm. He's going to wait it out. So this has been a time of endurance leading up to now for you guys, air signs. Like, and taking what you know and really just tucking in and tucking in your sides. So, bringing into now. So this is saying air. This is an air, arrows. This is the Knight of Arrows, and we're talking about the hawk. So the hawk doesn't waste any time. The hawk is like, there, I see my prey, I got it. It's an energy thing, but it's swift. It's swift to move. So this is swift communication. This is swift getting things done, getting on, tying up your loose ends, tying up your administration, getting on your bills, those sort of things. Watching what's going on around you and seeing what's going on around you. All right. So, and then we've got the sun. We've got the sun energy sitting in the middle of this, like what's led up to now. So this is talking about, you can say this dude is bathed in the universal light, and we've got the horse in behind him, which is a nice strength. This is our earth king. But this is a sun card. This is obviously a Leo sort of card. You can see arms reached out. This guy is bathed, his spirit is bathed in the light of the universal whole. Everything that makes the universe makes him, makes you. Alright, so this is nice, this is warmth, this is connectivity, this is connecting to people. So, air element for August 2020, Aquarius moon. Alright, so it's a time of physical challenge. Physical challenge! Alright, so we've got the two of stones, stone being physical of the material world. You can see those mad March hairs fighting it out. Like, so it's a challenge. This is moving. This is this is moving your world and moving your elements and moving your finances and pushing things around a bit. This is what the earth element is about. And then air. So for our intellect, the 2000 August full moon, we've got the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is, you can see the salmon. So different energy, totally different energy to our Knight of Arrows. So different energies. So this is emotionally fighting upstream, and it's to get to the goal. Like this guy, like this fish will go up these waterfalls and go up to spawn to die. Like, and they eat hazelnuts along the way. So it's this, nutritious cycle of life. But it's your water sign, it's your water strength, like an innate. Like, so emotionally getting things that you want as well. Alright, so there's been a bit of a challenge in there, and that's what's brought us up now. We've got a nice sun energy in the middle of all of that. Alright, so, we've got them all in, Right, so the next cards are going to be your challenge. So we've got 4. 4s are challenging. No wonder the Asians don't like them. Chinese don't like 4. I guess that goes to the 13 as well, but that's a totally different story. Alright, so challenge for air signs. Right. So, air signs, we're going to back off the signs. It can be your signs, it can be just that you're airy-fairy and that's where you are. And this is about your intellect, or the other way. You're just looking in on your intellect, and that's what the element is that you're looking on in your study and what you should be doing with your study. So these readings are not necessarily about elements at all, just the basic stuff. Anyway, step. Air signs, intellectualized. Here we are. So, your challenge. Ooh. The 5 of Cups. Ecstasy. Look at this woman. She is dancing in the rivers of life. Look at her skirt. Look at it flowing. Look at it all moving, enjoying the stars, that never-ending ecstasy going on. This is like the dance. This is in her blood. This is euphoric energy. Like, so being a challenge, this is about enjoying yourself, like emotionally being connected and being in the moment. This is a very in the moment, being connected in the moment card. Air signs, if you are not connecting in the moment, it is time for you to stop for a second and stop and dance underneath the stars. Alright, so got the 3 of arrows. I said air signs again. Air element. It's not just air signs. Alright, so 3 of arrows. So doesn't look good, does it? This is about jealousy, obviously. And this is often seen as third party interaction, that there's 3 parties, there's 3 lots of energies. All wars have a third party that's interacting, usually talking between and supplying guns to both sides. Like, and that's with relationships of all different sorts. Usually if there's a fight going on within some sort of relationship, there's a third party who's been talking to this person and talking to this person, and sometimes that creates this energy. But this is also about not being jealous about what other people have. This is not being about, this is about being yourself. You've got a rebirth. So the challenge is not being jealous. And the challenge is to see your rebirth. You've got a massive rebirth here. We're coming to her in a second. But this jealous energy, and it's like the evil eye. When they talk about the evil eye, it talks about like how looks like an evil eye, sorry. But when it talks about like how people can think that you're really good looking and be like, oh my goodness, how good looking is that person, and that still can actually still bring a little bit of a to you, because it's sort of almost an envy thing. And so, you know, this is, be careful what you're putting out there, and enjoy the moment, right? And because you're going through a moment of rebirth, look, and we've got the Sheila Nagig again, like in the middle in there. Look at her holding up her big vagina. Like, it's a rebirth. Look at all the melting pots, all of them melting together in those 8. Like in that, in heaven and earth, in this emotional state, in the 8 of Cups. Like, I'm feeding in and feeding into her pots. Like, this is a real, like, changing element for you on an emotional level, things to change. And the challenge is to find that message of emotion, like this, the page of Cups, which is a kingfisher, beautiful. It's a beautiful kingfisher in this card. But this is like talking about, like, you're looking for the challenge, because it's in your challenge line. This is looking for an emotional connection, like looking for someone to give you, like, or looking and trying to reach, or reaching out and making connections, one of the two. But this is the energy for your challenges, right? So an emotional sort of message. It's like a little chocolate. All right, so the next 3 cards are your healing element. 1, 2. This 3 was so hard. Okay. So, air element. Full moon energy is talking about strength. Again, another fire card. We're sort of, these two are linked together, like with your sun in here. And so this is strength of being, this is strength and determination, this is strength of your soul, this is strength that you believe that you're worthy. Look, that you hold your spear and you hold that like nice and fierce, like, and you're holding your cup, like, and the lynx is sitting there, which is your communication, like the air communication. It's a protector. Like, this is sort of saying, you know, fly and be fierce, and your healing is that you are strong. Like, already believe it. All right. So the next card in your healing element is the 9 of Arrows, which is about dedication. All right. So this person has trained. They have their skills. They have their knowledge. This is taking dedication in your mind, because we're talking air. We're talking arrows, air. Like, and so this is taking dedication in your mind to your task. This is taking dedication to the things that you want. This is dedication to study. This is dedication to your freedom of mind. This is dedication of liberation of your thoughts. Like, so it's dedication to your actual cause in life. Aim your arrows. She's getting ready to aim. She's getting ready to aim there. Dedication. Oh no, she's holding it though. Anyway, she's got it all in her hands. Alright, and so then the next healing element, because this is your healing for the air element, is the bear. So this is earth. This is your earthy, like, at the moment, that hibernation thing should be, like, good with some people. Like, particularly here in the southern hemisphere, we are in winter. Stay home. The Queen of Stones is like this earthy, taking care of your physical plane and your physical needs, like pampering yourself, making sure your house is clean, making sure that you sort of keep up with yourself. I put makeup on today for this. Like, it's taking, you know, the time to nurture yourself and look after yourself, look after your young, look up if you're a mother, this is definitely a time to tuck in. Like, and it's a really nurturing, earthy time. This is your healing element. So, relationships are the next two cards. All relationships. Ooh. Exploitation. And judgment. Okay. Exploitation. You are the bee. You are the queen bee. That's you. We either exploit ourselves or we are exploited by other people. And even if you are working for someone else, it's you that's exploiting yourself to them. If they are exploiting you, not such a great idea. Not such a great thing. But in partnerships, this is, I would say, about, putting your best foot forward. This is about, how, this is a stones card, the 6 of stone. And so this is how we generate, this is how we manifest all our different, this is our honey. This is how we manifest a honey in our life. Like, so this is what relationships, this is our partnership card. All right, so partnerships and relationships for air element. All right, judgment. Okay, the bearer keys a couple of times. But in this card, we're talking about judgment. And look at all the beautiful things behind this bear. It's got a rainbow, it's got these deer jumping, it's got a lot going on. I think I need to clean my lens just a little bit. Right. And it's big. First up, I know that you've noticed the bear. That's the first thing you know that everybody's noticed in this. And it's scary. It's a bit like judgment. What other people are thinking about you, what you think other people are thinking about you. And remembering this is the air element, so you've got to be careful to not over-intellectualize all those scary things that other people might be saying about you. This is not, the bear really isn't what this is about, because this is what your aim is. Don't forget the goal. Don't forget what the aim is. Don't forget what it's a bit rude. But what other people think of you doesn't really matter. Your aim, your goal is that target. Judgment is for others. If it's what they want to think about you, it's what they want to think about you. So, exploitation and judgment. This is sort of saying rest your mind, and this is saying, just make honey, all right? So we're sort of saying, don't be afraid of what other people are thinking. Don't be afraid of what you think. And make your honey. Exploit yourself. Manifest. All right, one card to go, because this is about self-love. The last card for the air element is self-love. Tradition. Okay. So, this is tradition. It's our Stonehenge card. And we've got our druid, we've got our ancestor, we've got our shaman, we've got sitting in the middle of this circle. And so 9 is divine. 9 of stones, sitting in our circle, like having everything and knowing, this is like knowing something of ourselves. This is knowing how we made our money, knowing how we got to here. Even when you have a massive break in your life, there is always a moment that you are going to get to, you don't fall back. You have all of your traditions, you have everything that you are that makes you who you are. So this last card is saying, don't be fearful of this. You have your strength. There's been insecurities, and it's time to dance. It's time to let go of those insecurities. Have a rebirth. Find that little message of love that you're looking for. Really take dedication to your healing, dedication to your healing. And it's dedication to your mind, and it's dedication to earth, and it's dedication to your strength that leads you to be able to make your honey. And forget about the judgment of others. Traditionally, you know who you are, and you know how you got here. I hope that you like that reading, element. Please hit the like and subscribe thing. And I'll be back next week with a weekly reading, different format, maybe. I hope you like it. Bye. Till next time.